Hi everyone. Okay, so today real quick, I wanted to run through the medication part B of my treatment. So if you've watched the part A video where I explained what my medications were, what the chemotherapy medications were, and what the pre-meds were, well, this will be part B where I've completed part A, and now it's time to move to the second phase of treatment and a whole different cocktail of medication. So with part B, my medications, a couple of them are the same, but most of them it's about half and half in terms of what's the same and what's different. So I'll start with what's the same. So I'm still taking the Keytruda. In terms of pre-meds, I still get the Decadron, I still get the Aloxi, and I still get the Amin. I no longer get the Benadryl. Woohoo! Don't really miss that one. Oh, Benadryl, yeah, that's a beast. That's a beast of a medicine. So I no longer get the Benadryl, and I no longer get the Pepcid. And in terms of the chemotherapy medicine, so now I will be getting the Adriamycin and Cytoxan. And so in terms of, that whole process, the pre-med, the time that it took to administer the pre-medication, that has decreased significantly because, again, there are two medications that I'm no longer getting. Although they were only push medications, it's still, I feel like it's going through faster now. I could be wrong, but I feel like my time has shortened. I think it's about 30 minutes now for the pre-medication, but I could be wrong. But I feel like it's shorter. The infusion, the overall infusion time has definitely decreased, and maybe that's what I'm looking at more so. And so Keytruda infused over 30 minutes. The Adriamycin, that is something that they have to manually push at your chair. So that's not even on an infusion, and that has to be given over 10 minutes. And so that's already, you can tell in terms of timing, like we've already cut down a whole lot of time. And then the Cytoxan, originally it was going to infuse over 30 minutes, but they changed that to now infuse over an hour. And so, even with that, so we got Cytoxan at an hour, Keytruda at 30 minutes, and the Adriamycin at 10 minutes. That's still not even 2 hours now of just the chemotherapy medication. And like I said, I feel like the pre-meds are a little bit quicker too, but I could be wrong. But overall, instead of having to spend 4 or 5 hours there, we are in and out now. At least that's what it feels like. And so most of my infusions are usually around 10 o'clock. And now I am usually leaving out of there by 1 o'clock, 1:30. So again, much faster. And so part B of the treatment plan will consist of 4 cycles also, but they won't be every week. I'll no longer be going every week. So although it's 4 cycles, I'll be going every 3 weeks. So it still ends up being about 12 weeks for this treatment plan as well. But again, I'm not going every week. This time I'm only going every 3 weeks. So major difference in terms of just the amount of time that I'll get back. Because I won't be running up to the hospital every single week. In terms of things that I was told to look out for, nail discoloration, skin discoloration, hair loss, those are the main things, and just nausea and vomiting. I'll do a separate video talking about side effects that I experienced, but those are the ones that everyone kind of pointed out. I also had the opportunity to speak with the pharmacist again this time, because I started a whole new set of medication. The pharmacist that I met with this time was really cool. I think she was from, if I'm not mistaken, she's from Egypt, but very smart young lady, beautiful young lady, and just a pleasure to chat with. We talked about food, because she has a love for food too, so we spent a lot of time after we talked about the important stuff just talking about food and places she's traveled and stuff like that she's enjoyed the food there. And so so that's the plan. It will still be given the same way through my port. So now an important factor is I only go once every 3 weeks for infusions, and 1 day after the infusion for my shot. Again, every 3 weeks. So instead of going every week, and then 1, 2, 3 days, because before on the other plan, I got the shot. I had to come for 3 days after the infusion to get the injection, to help build my blood cells back up. This injection this time is done the day after the infusion, but it's just that 1 day. Like, I don't have to come multiple days after the infusion. So that cuts a lot of time off. So in terms of time, like, I guess that's what this whole thing should be about. Just, you get so much of your time back when it switches over to the AC regimen, is what they call it. So yeah, I got time back on infusion days. I got time back every week as well, because again, I'm going once every 3 weeks for my infusions instead of every week for something. So day 1, I get, like I said, the adriamycin, the Cytoxin, the Keytruda, the key meds, and I'm out of there. Day 2, I go for my shot, and then I'm out of there. And I don't see them again until 3 weeks later, because this shot is more long acting. And in terms of the side effects for the shot, it was supposed to be the same as the other one, where it may cause like bone pain, because it's helping to build, you know, your red blood cells and all these things that are usually made in your bone marrow. It's helping to build it a whole lot much faster than it normally would. So that side effect is usually bone pain and stuff. And they tell you to take some Claritin to help with that. But outside of that, like, honestly, I haven't even noticed anything with the injections. Everything that I've noticed so far has been from the chemotherapy, so to speak. So anyway, again, got so much of my time back. That's been the best part of this. In terms of how it's given the same way through my port. My port, that has healed up really good over the weeks. The scar, you know, was decreased a lot. It shrunk a lot. So, you know, yes, I'm still going through treatment and still, you know, overcoming a whole lot with this process. But in terms of the quality of life and the time that you get back with it, man, listen, this right here, definitely doable. So yes, I just wanted to share what the medication switched to, because I said I would share that. And like I said, the main things that they told me to look out for with this plan: the nausea, the skin discoloration, hair loss, nail discoloration, pretty much everything I have already been dealing with anyway. In terms of hair loss, nail discoloration, skin discoloration. The only thing outside of that would be the nausea, because I did not deal with nausea in part A. What else? Oh, one of the side effects too, one of the medications can really irritate the bladder. So they kind of told me to look out for that as well. All right, so yeah, that's that, guys. So I will check back in, let you know the side effects that I actually experienced with this, and you know, go from there. Again, thank you guys. It's starting to rain, so thank you. Like, comment, share, and hit the subscription button. Hopefully this should be a shorter video this time, but yeah, thank you guys.